I still have my glasses on.
Are we live?
I think so.
You're the only one who knows.
We're doing a thumbnail, Jess.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There's some sadness over here, some contemplativeness.
I mean, do we
What's your
try
face?
again?
I don't know. No.
Oh.
That's it. The ship is sailed.
Just ruined
Future
it.
Liz isn't gonna have the patience for the ship.
That's also what ships make, guys. It's not just trucks and trains anymore.
Amir has a single droplet of water on his head. It's mesmerizing.
Perhaps it's a tear.
Up here.
Oh,
yeah.
my head is crying.
My
You
hair
cry
cries.
so much.
My hair cries.
But you guys don't cry out of your hair?
Should we tell him? I'm just kidding.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. Hi.
Hi.
Sometimes I like just smiling at Jess to see what she'll do.
Usually she'll smile back
Because she's
awkwardly.
like, oh, you expect something from me. And her face will like do something, or she'll say, it's great.
Yeah.
You got a hair is so on point, says
Thank you,
Mangani.
Mangani.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you're referring to me, although
Could be anyone's.
it's a bit
really.
presumptuous of me to make that assumption. Could be anybody, really.
It's me, you tool.
Sorry, it's John. It's
Oh, God damn it.
And we have to
two
thank Kaiser Omnic for
Oh,
a
yes.
subscription earlier.
Thank
This is not a heart. This is like a dawn cast or maybe an eclipse cast. Yeah, eclipse. Right there. Huh?
I like it.
This would be night
Right. Then I did this.
or zenith, depending on which.
Okay.
If
I
it was
saw
your
this,
hands
that
or
was
if
nice.
you
Then
were
I
just
did the thing
feeling
nice
afterwards.
touch,
Yeah.
yeah.
The
That's true.
nighttime is the right time.
John's hair is so amazing it can only be perceived by ascended beings.
Damn, snark.
Yeah, those who can see the past.
Must be pretty ascended, I guess.
There's photos out there somewhere, I'm sure. I'm not crying, you're crying.
I think they're on MySpace somewhere.
Oh.
Real Brick Wall,
Oh.
subscribed at tier 3.
Real brick wall.
Real brick wall.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
My goodness.
I'm imagining a brick just pops out and like a hand extends and it's like thumbs up of the wall.
Like it through the brick.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Are we all on the same page?
I was totally with
But then
you.
afterwards,
Yeah.
you just have to put another brick
In the wall. I should listen to that again. But not tonight.
But Dark Side of the Moon?
Yeah. Great album. What?
You know, if you play Dark Side of the Moon underneath Full Party,
Oh yeah.
it matches up.
Wouldn't that be intense? This whole time you've been pacing the game in a certain way? Damn.
No wonder we
don't
couldn't
actually
keep
try
up.
that, guys. It's probably not gonna
Oh my
work.
god.
Probably.
It
I mean, that's what I'm doing.
would
when
not
I
be
get
the
home.
first time.
Ah.
So, penultimate, as they say. Did you spend any experience?
Oh yeah.
Yes. We all spent experience.
All of it.
Whew.
I'll
Go
start,
ahead.
guys. 5 Paths Ascending. Linguistics 5, Occult 4, and Voice Caging Calligraphy, a linguistics charm, which does what it says. Cages the voice. I can't wait.
Does it keep people from speaking? Or does it like save your voice so you can open it later and listen to it like a little songbird?
Well, now I want it to do that instead.
It's like
so I can
your
just be like,
Felicity
I love you, 5 Paths.
recording,
And then-
but instead it's into a little, so
How
it's
many
like, from the
people's-
journal of 5 paths.
How many people's voices can you steal?
Not steal.
Are you like Ursula?
Yes,
Oh my
I'm
God.
like Ursula
I
now.
thought because of your shirt, it's like a hush.
Are we the gentlemen?
Yes, we are. I'm actually really into that.
Creepy.
Big fan, huge fan. Great episode.
Real Brick Wall says 5 Paths is now the cunningest linguist.
Oh, 5 paths. That's just getting Pellio
know.
excited.
5 paths doesn't understand your comment, but graciously smiles and accepts it. Thank you so much.
Takes it literally. Oh, thank you.
Oh, thank you. That's wonderful.
I've heard that before, actually.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Any other experience to report?
Oh yes. Would you like to go, Jess?
Sure. I bought Wits 4
Oh, that's
and Iron Skin Concentration
It probably could have come in useful
last session.
Oh.
2 sessions ago.
2 sessions ago.
Still good.
The whole time. And Sandstorm Wind Attack.
Do-do-do-do-do.
yeah. When the bass drops, she gets really angry.
Liz?
Yes, I bought Intelligence 4, Awareness 4, Bureaucracy 3, and Martial Arts 5.
My God.
What the heck?
Why would you need martial arts?
I have no idea.
She likes to be prepared for anything.
There was an empty spot on my sheet, so I
cool.
just thought, you know. I just want to have something that Pellio doesn't have.
Wow.
Wow.
I also
It's
bought
proving to be
martial arts.
increasingly difficult.
Like charm? Wit?
Well,
Away with
I
the
will
ladies
say I have
and
more
the men.
intelligence than him now. That's exciting.
Do you really?
Finally.
Look at that. Oh.
I saw you go for it. That was amazing. You went straight for it, guys.
I was doing a doodle. It
A
was
mere
doodle.
master of the, I'm just doing a doodle. Of the 5th dot of everything.
That's how you do it.
You know, we had an unfortunate thing happen last session, which was that we weren't in a position to hear from somebody who also doodles in pieces of paper that are undecipherable to any but themselves. So I think it's time that we have to listen to the Journal of 5 Paths?
It's the Journal of 5 Paths, the double episode. I want to preface this by saying, upon rereading it, the beginning seems... It's from 2 episodes ago, guys, not from the sad last episode, okay? And you'll understand why. Pellio lives for the applause. Applause. The drama. You see, it's kind of inappropriate now. The mob audience is starting to split between those who are staunchly Sinus and those who are won over by the show. Pellio presents the mob with Morden, the true Obel who believes in freedom. Remember Obel! One Sinidiot brings out his shuriken, but River Jade's already got the hammer down. As they follow the mob towards the Sinus barracks, they save 5 paths who somehow caused the death of 3 Sinus men. Smash cut to Nyx. The very definition of class and poise, she tells her accountant that Nexus is a mess and the guild should clean it up. She's ready to sing her fierce song. And I hope you like clinical efficiency because she ain't done yet. Nyx and River Jade are able to retrieve from Sinus Vault a single sheet of parchment with every position on the Blessed Isle they have corrupted. A potent weapon. The Sinus soldiers march out to take on the mob along with 15 dragon-blooded? Yeah. And a third faction, the Guild Mercenaries. Pellio wants a trial. The Green Fang wants none of it. The Eclipse watches Zio get brought down and strikes out at Green Fang, stabbing him with an assist from 5 paths. River Jade bowls over some dragon-blooded but is quickly surrounded. Inside of Light takes a beating for her as she takes one for the Lunar, trading back and forth. Pellio surrenders. 5 paths tries to put Zio back together. Jaya tries to shout, but only whispers. I thought they could fix it. I guess I was wrong. Nyx gets away and sees Pellio charge out and take a nose. 5 path pours essence into Zio. River Jade is dragged away from sight of Light, who is replaced by a cloud of dust. Jaya stands on a rooftop and is overwhelmed. Nyx loses herself in a crowd chased by a dragonblood. She finds her way into House Nellens, striking a deal to take down Sinus, raise up Nellens, keep Solar safe, and rescue her friends. Not bad.
Associates. She called them
Associates, thank you so much. I will make the appropriate change
Let
to
the minutes
linguistics
reflect.
5, Journal of 5 Paths.
Will you add a few tear stains on the journal
Yeah.
page when you realize you can't write friends but acquaintances?
Associates.
She just appears over my shoulder. Associates disappear.
Holy shit.
Anyway, the bear and the devil shake on it. The other 3 Solars are imprisoned separately. 5 Paths with Jaya, Pellio with his executioner, and River Jade with Zio, but without a hand. All seems hopeless for the circle, perhaps, but at least they have each other. Pellio speaks to his executioner, River Jade's sister Bridget, in the dawn's voice, encouraging her to come to the light, encouraging her to kill his captor and free him. River Jade, through force of will and grease of elbow, wrenches the bars of her prison open. 5 Paths and Jaya stage an escape like spiders, complete with venomous poison. The bear distracts Halcynus with threats of blackmail, allowing the others to escape. And Nyx rescues a Sinus archer. I think I found sight of light. And while her eyes may not open, she knows that at least there is a light there.
Beautiful.
Thank you. I also live for the applause,
I thought you were going to make something like Pellio may live for the applause, but River Jade just wants a hand. Like,
Oh.
I thought you were going to do that. Thanks for mission
A
control.
little crass, huh? A little crass?
Well, I don't know. 5 Paths likes his wordplay. I thought, no.
Maybe it'll come up this session naturally.
Nick scribbled that in the margins of his journal.
She's been stealing his journal and adding her own notes every night.
Writing anecdotes.
Taking out friends, putting it in his notes.
But did you know that he actually, this is like a long form charm that he's like creating and that you've ruined the whole thing. So when he attempts to actually use it at the end of all things, it's just gonna fizzle. He'll be like, oh, well, I guess that's the apocalypse then. Like, it's gonna be what
I'm
happens.
glad you're with me, 5 Path Ascending, here at the end of all things. Any questions? Any questions? I'm going to say that's an uncomfortable silence from the players, so no. And
I was going to ask how you roll join battle again, but I decided that it wasn't the right time. That's a joke.
Decided that wasn't the right time.
session 22.
What's a charm?
What's a solar exalted?
It's what Pellio has and Nyx does not.
Oh,
How dare you? I have charisma too. Shocking.
Oh
the
shit.
same as me.
Really?
I know. It's so sad.
You may not consider yourselves a circle, but you are seated in one. Take a look at the player to your right. "22 sessions ago was when they started. How have they changed? You started in a prison. Last session, you left one. How have the intimacies shifted? How have their goals evolved? Look to the player to your left. And how do you think they feel about you? Has there been a change of heart? Has friendship truly formed, or is this still a relationship of convenience? Look across. Would you trust this person? Would you trust this person with your life, with your goals? Do you believe that they have your true best interests at heart? look at me. Because I control everything else. The only thing I don't control is you four, and it is you four who have most of the power here. I'm not just saying that. The story's in your hands now. It is coming to a conclusion soon. But you can't wait for me to do it for you. This story has to end from you. But I'll be here, supporting you, cheering you on, and making you hurt for it. Essence. Regain it. Unless that there are any charms that you specifically wanted to use overnight.
Oh, yeah.
I'd like to use wound mending care technique on River Jade as she, well, not as she sleeps, but before we all sleep. Specifically, I'm kind of noticing that there's been, with the severe trauma to her wrist, the essence flow has been broken there, so I'm kind of trying to massage and reconnect it through to the rest of her body, sort of speed her healing.
I'm adding on top of that as well with my body mending technique. So while that's happening, River Jade is just sort of trying to meditate and focus inward on healing the rest of it.
Pellio is not looking to heal himself physically. He's actually experiencing the pain, the physical pain, as fully as he possibly can, and trying to reconcile himself to it, to its reality. He's not looking to physically repair himself in any particular way. It's more he's just sitting in the shit, is what he's doing.
Nyx sees all of this happening, feels kind of removed from it. So she focuses on what she can affect, which is trying to think of how they're going to get out of Nexus.
You have a couple of companions here with you in your bolt hole. As I made, as I mentioned at the very end of last session, Sight of Light is not doing well. She's stable, but it would seem that she was doing her best to try to cover up her injuries and eventually started to succumb to them, which is when Nyx discovered that there was something wrong.
Yikes.
And Zio now only has one functioning light inside her, and even that one is flickering.
Yikes.
Your charm means that she has to remain for a day, not
Yeah.
overnight.
Right.
Are you planning on staying down here for one day?
I suppose that is a question I will ask the table.
Yeah.
How does body mending meditation work? Like, do you get?
It's 1 hour.
Oh, well, it seems much better.
Nyx would prefer that those who are injured stay down here resting and out of sight. Oh, but she does want to speak to Ultros about what he knows about what's going on in the city.
Okay. So yeah, one day.
How about you, Pellio?
I mean, look, Pellio's taken a fair bit of damage.
Oh shit, yeah, look at that.
All of
Yeah.
the bashing damage, by the way, will have healed by now.
Oh,
Sweet.
Bashing damage if you.
bashing
have, yeah.
damage. So he's still taking 2 lethal, but I'm coming with.
Do you really think that's a good idea?
I don't think it's a good idea, but I think I have to do it.
Fine.
You take the lead. You've earned it.
going upstairs.
You're remaining down here. You are also remaining down.
Yeah.
So it's 3 Exalted and a dude.
Finally! My own show. Not quite.
The two of you make your way up. It's morning. You've rested, you've had a chance to regain your motes and all of that. Ultros is just very casually butchering pig while you come up. Just clean and efficient. It looks like something that he's done every day of his life for the past decade, and honestly, probably that is the truth. You're here. Breakfast, yes? You like gruel or you want rinds?
Rinds, please. I mean, gruel is fine. Ultros, you've been very generous to us.
Whatever you can manage.
Yes.
He slops a plate of pork rinds over towards you and then pushes 2 bowls with a rather thick-looking gruel. Honestly, not bad. Rejuvenating.
Is there enough for everyone downstairs?
There is no one downstairs, but I do have enough to throw out the window.
Right. If that could be thrown out soon.
I see what I can do.
We need a plan.
Yes, most people need plan. I have 5-year plan.
The gates are
Go to upgrade
closed.
store, make bigger.
No one's coming in and out of the city.
They're making it very clear that they do not want anybody to leave. And if I don't miss my guess, this pig is not going to be the only thing cut up by the end of the day.
Have you heard tell of a search party?
Specifically for those who might be out the window? It's more complicated than that.
How so?
Sanis is not pleased. They used to believe that they had friends in Guild, but Guild decided to attack. Nillens now comes up with power play. Sinus may decide to take rash action.
And what of the other noble houses?
And
Nellens are not the only ones.
So he just takes his cleaver and just severs the head, and it rolls away from the table. The other houses watching at the moment. Look, Nexus not necessarily part of realm. At the same time, many representatives here from the realm, as they do business. What happened may precipitate a first skirmish. Truly what the Scarlet Empress would have wanted.
Well, we need to figure out what the other houses know. I think I need to go back to the one I spoke to in Nellens.
Outside, you can hear marching. A lot of marching.
Are you quite sure you can make it there on your own?
I mean, I did last time,
You did last time.
but
You know, my mother had a piece of advice when it comes to someone going alone. You wish them goodbye, because you may never get a chance to see again.
you know what, Pellio? For everything that happened in the play, it was successful. It did what we set out to do, and that is because you are a damn good actor.
Yeah.
And I think if we're gonna make it to Nellens, we're gonna need a damn good actor. So do you wanna come with me?
I certainly do. I do now. Because you know me well, and I have a love of many things, but love nothing more than compliments, really.
I hadn't noticed.
Yeah, no, I have a taste for compliments, particularly coming from places where they're least expected.
Well, what can I say? I spent. How long was I away from them? Would you say? How long were they in the jail for?
Half a day.
They were separated from them for about 12
What
hours.
can I say? I spent 12 hours away from you, and just my heart is bursting at the seams. Compliments for you.
You know, you laugh. No one's come into Ultros's shop. Not one. I have deliveries to make. No one comes to receive.
Can we make your deliveries for you?
I'm not complaining about lack of business. I am mentioning that the city is on edge.
No, I understand, but running your errands and making your deliveries might present us with a pretext to explain our moving about the city.
You want lug box? Go lug box.
Better go lug
What
box.
is he saying? I don't understand his...
It's alright. You wouldn't want to understand what I'm saying anyway.
Right.
Not a lot of compliments coming from old Ultros.
No. Haven't tasted my cooking though, have you?
Oh.
No, just joking. You're wonderful. Love you, Ultros. Should we do it? Should we be off?
Yeah.
Disguises, how do you feel?
I feel better about not being seen at all, so I thought
Right.
you could do the disguise and I could just not be there.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah, we can do that. My imaginary friend.
I promise I'm
One of
watching
many.
your back. Yes! These two zany characters
the
out
show
on the
right there.
town.
Oh, great.
When's the last time we did this, Pellio? It was
Yeah.
when someone tried to kill you with a scarf or something.
Should
No,
point out that the time of day is like 2 p.m., right? You got in around dawn and you slept, so.
And we just had breakfast. Oh, God.
Whole world's topsy-turvy.
Ultros, do you have any work clothes in the back of your, the back of the shop?
Is only one problem. You could take work clothes, you could even take deliveries. There is no way you can hide that thing that you brought with you. It's huge. Why do you have X?
Well,
Why do you have axe, Pellio? Forgot to mention it.
you ask a good question.
Full party.
sorry.
Brought to you by X.
Sorry.
No, shouldn't have done that one.
Because teenage boys think they're sexy. They're wrong.
I'm a specialist meat cleaver. You have asked me to chop up particularly tough bits
Yes,
of...
meat cleaver is not made from magical material like jade.
Well, you haven't met this meat cleaver. I don't know. I'm really running out of ideas. You know what? I'll improvise.
You could leave it here.
But I love it. Fine.
I'll take care of it.
Yeah, I don't
supposed to
think
be
I want to have
resting.
people
Yeah.
yelling from downstairs when trying to hide.
Shut up. Just saying.
No, we're not supposed to say anything.
You can't. You can't banish
I can't banish
your thing, can
my
you?
thing. No. I'll... Yeah.
Whoa!
What is happening?
I woke up this morning and my penis was missing again.
Oh.
This happens all the time.
It was
it's
elsewhere.
detachable.
Oh.
Oh, interesting.
Okay.
Look, if this goes well, we won't. Look, what are we gonna do?
I'll be...
Face off against the whole army anyway? If you have the axe, you'll be tempted to fight. If you don't have it, you'll have to come up with a more creative solution.
Well argued. I'll be back. I run downstairs with my friend,
Holding it in front of you.
River Jade.
Yes.
You need to rest. But when you wake up, there'll be a bit of a present for you waiting for you at the foot of your bed.
You can put it right beside me.
Its name is Random Acts of
Love it.
Kindness.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful name.
Treat it well. I'll be back. Okay. Shh. Shall we?
Real Big Ball points out that you can't do a two-handed grasping motion anymore.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure you've done that before too
Woof.
by accident.
woof.
That's okay.
Oh, it's too soon, man.
It's a phantom limb for her, okay?
That's fair. That's what she thinks she's doing. Ouch.
Is it the right or the left?
The right.
Gotcha. Okay. So I am hiding. We are going to the Nellens Great House, so head to the port.
Right. I'm going to engage my disguise, the flawlessly impenetrable disguise.
Something else you should know, Pellio. So while he's getting ready, I'm just like debriefing him on this. This man's name is Bear.
Bear.
Yeah. He is not necessarily a fan of the Solar Exalted. He knows that 3 were imprisoned and set to be executed, or at least 3 were set to be executed yesterday. I'm trying to make him come around to working with us. But maybe don't advertise who you are right away. But it might come to that, and then you just have to work your
And
your magic.
who were you to him when you met him?
Just someone with information that he can use.
Right. Okay.
Sound good?
Yeah, it does sound good. Very much so.
Oh.
I like games.
Yes, it's a game.
Yeah, I like make believe. So let's be off.
Okay. And with that, I want to vanish into the shadows.
Just don't bother.
Yay! 20 successes.
Vanish from this plane of existence.
Wait, that's 5 pounds.
5 pounds?
That's me.
You're in the infirmary.
Yeah. I'm resting, but like, I'm not. I mean, I will have slept, but I'm resting and I'm watching the 3 varying degrees of injured people in front of me. If there's anything I get the sense that might be calming or soothing to them, I will do so, but otherwise I'm just kind of there. Actually, I'll go and examine Zio.
So anyway, here's Wonderwall.
Sorry.
Today is gonna be the day. Everybody.
I don't think Altros would appreciate that.
I don't think so.
Shut up! Oasis sucks.
Oh. I will go speak to Zio, or like examine Zio again.
Specifically, okay. Sending.
That's me. I have trouble believing that you're back alive.
Had see Jade leave.
I'm sorry, I don't.
I had to see Jade leave.
Right. Well, she did. As did you. We're here.
What good is a city next to the next dawn?
I wouldn't sell yourself short. I'm sorry we couldn't do more for you, Zio.
Did something wrong?
We're meant to overcome the odds presented to us. We did, but at a cost.
Is she ready?
Ready for what?
The city. It will alight.
I think we are almost ready for a city. Perhaps we should make sure to get you more of your strange components before you do anything too rash.
Why?
You know you don't have as many of them as you did before.
Yes.
Can you still... Zio, can you still do what you were designed to do? Whatever that is.
Will you?
I will.
Then, yes. I exist. Is that not enough?
It is. I've seen some pretty wild things here in creation.
May not have energy for us.
If it's energy you lack, I know that we can get you what you need. Oh boy.
It is not death, just sleep.
Oh.
4.
I guess I'm going to open her up and see what the state of that thing is in.
As you open it up, a spark just flies
Jesus.
out and
My appearance 4.
it's cut.
Oh, that's bad. I don't know how she functions, really. I don't have any more of these chips. Is there any way that I can... Yeah. Is there any way for me to take what there is inside of her and try to sort of, based on my knowledge of the human body, try to reroute it the way that, like, arteries and veins would be routed through someone's lungs and heart?
The 3 strange pieces of soft metal that are inside her no longer seem to be functioning correctly. You know where you can find more,
Yeah.
but it's far outside of Nexus.
Well.
She took a pretty severe beating.
I'll close her back up and make sure that she's resting or looking like she's resting.
She looks very much like the first time you saw her.
Yeah. Okay, interesting.
Only not surrounded in pillars of light, but in the darkness of a storeroom.
Okay. This is a storeroom then?
But it's behind a storeroom.
Right. Would Ultros have any, I don't know, not twine, but like maybe twine or something that he might use to sort of tie up big hunks of meat, possibly? Not twine, sorry, like metal, you know, what I mean?
Sure.
Like small metallic twine. I'm just gonna take some for myself for later.
I'm just gonna steal from the guy who's put us up. That's cool, right?
I'll ask him.
River Jade?
Where's Satellite?
She's lying down. She's in one of the corners of the of the room that you're in, but she's much more curled than the others. But you can see that she's breathing. She doesn't appear to be asleep. Her breath is too rapid for that.
Okay. We have 2 beds, I think.
I
Is
believe that
In
that's
this room, yeah.
correct. There are
Okay.
2 beds. She's not on one of them.
Bridge, can you help me lift her onto a bed?
Yeah, are we gonna hurt her?
We'll just have to be very careful, okay?
Okay. Who is she?
Her name's Sight of Light.
It's a funny name.
I don't think so.
I mean, what light is there to see? She puts her hands underneath her knees.
And just come around and help, like, using the crooks of my elbow and my,
I mean, you're still wicked strong, and so is she. So it does not take very much effort to lift her into the bed.
buff family. Goddamn jeans. Just lightly.
I'm gonna see if I can get some food for everybody.
Okay.
I'll be back. And she makes sure to pull her hood up before she goes up the stairs.
River Jade's just sort of like sitting on the like edge of the bed, just kind of like holding Satellite's hand.
I mean, I tried to warn you. There's something about me that'll kill you in an instant.
Are you sure it's not the reverse?
I could take him.
I know. I'm sorry that you had to.
You're gonna need to do something for me.
Okay.
If you can. I know that you're gonna be feeling a lot better really soon. Which means you're gonna have to do something you're not gonna want to do. You're gonna have to leave me down here.
Why? We'll find a way to heal you as well. We can probably figure that out.
You ever been in Nexus before?
I mean, I guess technically now, yeah. But
There's a fundamental rule about Nexus. It exists, lives and dies based on coin. But that's not true anymore. You've managed to convince some people that there's something else worth living for, that there's a cause worth dying for, and that's foreign to a place like this. You've contaminated the specimen. The city's gonna explode, and it's gonna happen soon, and it's gonna need you. But I can't help you out there. I will be in the way.
so we'll find a place for you where you can go and be safe.
I'm safe here. But you will have to leave me behind. You're going to have to go up there. At some point. You'll have to do it without me. I was debating doing that thing where I make you really mad and I tell you that I don't care about you anymore and that you'll understand that maybe maybe I'm doing this just as a noble sacrifice, and then you'll leave, and we'll both cry. And I realize that won't work anymore because I don't think I can cry anymore. So I decided to just be honest. Trickery isn't all that much fun anyway. I'm not very good at that.
Right. You're gonna be okay, though.
No,
Yeah.
I'm better than okay. I'm sight of light.
Yeah.
That hasn't changed.
No, I mean, like, you're not. I'm gonna come back, and
You might not. Look at me. I think you're not looking at me. One day you didn't. And I waited. And then you did. It just took a lot longer than you thought. If that happens again, that's okay. The moon's still going to be in the sky. Don't make promises to me when you have something else that's more important. Your sister is here, and she needs your help. And there's a lot of people out there who really deserve to at least get a bad talking to.
right.
So, you rest. And when things burn, you leave.
Just be okay. I mean, you're more than okay, obviously, but just
The best part about you and me, we don't have to worry about time. We just have to worry about each other. Okay?
okay.
I'm gonna try and sleep now.
I should do the same.
Okay.
Do you mind if I stay here?
And a hand comes out and just gently takes your shoulder and then pushes you so that you're lying next to her. If you snore, I'll kick your ass.
If you snore, I'll kick your ass.
And then she just turns, and then you can see that her eyes are just shut. And it looks very angry around here with the scarring. But when she presses her face into your neck, it just feels warm. And her breathing slows. Two Solars on the move.
Well,
Just want to say, parenthetically, usually it takes Pellio an awful long time backstage before he gets into a role. In this particular instance, it didn't take him long at all. He was back in,
Ready to go.
and he came out really quickly, and he's like fully committed to this role. He's like leaning into it.
I don't hire someone who mumbles.
No, of course not. No, I wouldn't expect. I mean, just I wouldn't expect that of you. No,
Sorry, that was right into the mic.
Get under the table. Get under the table.
What's his name?
Name? What is a name? I mean, what is in a name? A rose, by any other word, would smell as sweet.
You managed to figure out stupid words to say and idiot snort, but no name?
Well, I mean, name is Fondant.
Fondant?
Yes. I served in the jurisprudential bureaucracy for some time. Do you have any gin?
Why?
Just clear up the throat. Just kind of a bit.
I'm charging for gin. I'm charging for pork rinds. I'm charging for everything. And he just goes into the back and he comes out, he just plonks a bottle of clear liquid in front of you.
Oh, so let's have a taste. Next, you can pass that over, please. Thank you.
Oh,
You
I'm
don't
nowhere
have
to
to
be
do
seen.
what he
I'm gone.
says.
I'm already in stealth, so.
Right.
The bottle lifts itself.
Yeah.
Unseen force. It smashes itself over your head.
By the time that you're ready to get the gin, you see that Bridget has come up and she is asking Ultros politely for several bowls of gruel.
Down the gin in one shot.
Oh, Jesus.
Hello.
Oh, hello. Well, yeah.
And she just tries to ignore you, and she's not doing a very good job of not looking suspicious. She starts balancing. I'm hungry today. Very hungry.
No, that's fine. Growing young lady, such as yourself, and completely understandable.
Yeah.
Does Nyx come out of stealth?
Yeah, and she just turns and she heads
She just leaves.
towards the back of the store. She doesn't recognize you.
Good.
Good.
You a fucking idiot, you know that? Here, boxes. Gin there. Glass somewhere. Get moving.
Right. We're going to have another little bit of a, just so small, just for the road. For the road. It's fine.
Oh, Fondant.
Oh,
Fondant.
Off we go.
No.
Oh, boy.
Snatches the gin bottle back, pulls one himself, puts it underneath the counter. Get the fuck out of my
Off
shop.
we go, yeah, off we go. So me, who, I don't, the character.
We're all very confused here, yeah. It's not just you, bud.
Yep, walks out, carrying the box.
The streets of Nexus feel like the climax of an old western. If there's anybody outside, they're staring across the street, nervous. And if somebody has to cross the street for whatever reason, they do so quickly, as if maybe if they go quickly enough, they won't be swept up in whatever's about to occur. It's quiet, especially for a city that lives and dies on commerce. This isn't normal. This isn't even post-riot, post-jailbreak normal. This is not okay. It does, however, make stealth somewhat more complicated because you don't have crowds to hide in.
So I'm trying to stay near like buildings as much as possible, skirting along the
Oh,
outskirts.
it's easy for you. You are Nyx.
Excellent.
So I trudge along. I mean, I recall roughly what directions Nyx gave me when we were back at Altros's. So I sort of trudge along, you know.
By the time you arrive down at the port, there is the villa in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
The low fence that isn't really designed to keep anybody out, but as a boundary. And there are more armed people outside than there were before. They seem to be putting forward a show of force, not really making it harder for you to actually sneak in, because they're only doing it where they can be seen.
Interesting.
You, who are you?
Fondon Curler.
I don't need your name. I need to know what you're doing here.
I have an urgent message for House Nellens.
Okay.
I need to be granted access immediately.
I'm of House Nellens. Tell me the message and I'll relay it.
Unfortunately, it's of the highest confidentiality on the business of the deliberative. Pardon me.
Nyx is going to attempt to sneak in the way she did before.
Yeah, you already know the route. It's fine.
Cool.
This guy on the other side.
The highest levels. So who do you need to speak to?
Unfortunately, I am not authorized to disclose the name of the person.
So I'm supposed to let you in, and I don't even know who you need to talk to or why.
If I provide you with a name, you must swear to me that you will not disclose it to a third party.
Are you armed?
I'm an old man.
Hands up.
Puts his hands up.
What about the box?
With the box.
It falls on the ground.
He starts to frisk you. He is methodical.
And I whisper the name Bear into his ear.
Well, that's an interesting thing to hear while I'm frisking you.
For sure. Oh boy.
What's in the box?
Unfortunately, I cannot tell you what is in the box.
Do you understand what my job is?
Yes, yes.
My job is to protect this building from the unknown. You are, right now, nothing but the unknown, other than Fondon and I'm an old man. So you have to start giving me something here.
I have spent.
He snatches the box from you and just pulls out a knife and cuts open the top.
Now,
Rips it open.
that was sealed. Your behavior is somewhat rash, but I'm happy to provide you with the information you
Neat.
require. Yes.
You're carrying an urgent message and some shoulders?
I believe Mr. Bear will understand the message.
Mr. Bear?
Master Bear, Professor Bear, listen, I'm in a bit of a rush.
Good prefixes there, Oscar.
Hands behind your back.
Are you really going
Do it.
Oh, very well. I will remind you that I'm very well connected in
He
the upper...
starts to bind your hands behind your back and then
Get arrested again.
picks up the box with one hand, which is now kind of precarious because it's been ripped open, and just starts shoving you into the building.
How uncouth.
If you say one more word in my presence, I'm going to zip your mouth shut with a needle. Let's go and see Mr. Bear. And if he doesn't have one good thing to say about you, I'll slit your throat in front of him And I'll probably get 2 rations tonight instead of 1. Good. I see we have an understanding. And he, just force marches you along. By this time, Nix, you are now in the study, but Bear is not.
Ooh. Can I tell where he is?
Not in the study.
Cool. I would like to check. Let's see. It's the afternoon, so he probably isn't eating yet. I could check his bedroom.
When you start moving around the study, you notice that the piece of paper that you left with him, there's a stack. One of them is tucked underneath a glass still with some liquid in it, close to the fireplace.
Does it look like it was left there on purpose to see if someone would take it?
No, it looks more like probably whoever put it down there is probably coming back quite soon. Probably.
Then I'll hide behind the curtain again.
Please.
When you hide behind the curtain, it takes only a moment before Bear walks back in. He's changed. He has since bathed since the night before. But he's no longer wearing just sort of the administrator's outfit that he was before. He's now dressed in armor.
Oh.
He's got a breastplate on, and he has a sword girded to his side, a very large one.
Welcome back.
Yeah. Come out. Do you just enjoy doing that? Don't lie to me.
Yes, I do enjoy doing that.
I can't even begin to tell you how much trouble we're all in.
The city was in trouble before.
The city
Creation
is a powder
was in trouble
keg.
before. It is.
Was this your intention the whole time?
No. Truly, no. But Sinus was going to bring ruin to itself and Nexus sooner or later. And now, maybe, just maybe, they're not going to drag the city down with them.
The city is getting dragged down.
It won't. Not if you act, the guild, and myself, and my associates, who, thanks to your actions,
Yes,
are out of the
your
barracks.
associates, whom I haven't even seen.
One of them is
hide
at the
nor
gates
hair.
right now.
And then the door opens up.
Oh, shit.
Forgive me. Commander, I've got a messenger here. And he just pushes in good old fondant.
You like fondant here?
Mr. Bear.
You'll address him as Commander.
Commander, forgive my intrusion.
And he slices off your bond, but he still holds the knife in his hand. That'll do, soldier. Wait outside. He snaps to attention, turns, walks off, but as the door starts closing, you just hear a and then the door clicks shut.
And just before it clicks shut, I whisper, "That'll do, soldier."
You're gonna get your ass kicked when you leave.
Yeah, and the big
Could
fight.
you roll me your manipulation presence, and I'm going to give you 2 dice, a success and a point of willpower. Oh, and you should all, by the way, have regained 1 willpower for this rest if you didn't.
I did actually. You're right, sorry.
I did already.
Yeah, Nix was also.
I'm on top of that shit.
Liz is on top of that shit.
Aww.
Hey! All right,
It was a 10 and then he
The
rerolled
drama.
it was a 10. For people who
We don't
can't
get
see
out
what's going on here.
No, there is the Pellio we all know.
in love.
We all love it.
Well,
9.
You just hear like the door slams like hard shut and stomping away. Okay, who are you? And why are you riling up my soldiers?
I must say, Commander Bear, your soldier roughed me up downstairs, treated me most uncivilly.
Did he have reason to rough you up and treat you uncivilly?
You literally meant downstairs. You didn't mean
Oh, why would you mean downstairs?
because it was Pellio saying it. You don't know.
It's not Pellio anymore.
Right, sorry.
He touched my pee-pee.
Fuck's sake.
Christ. I don't know. I thought this was like a bungalow great house. I didn't know there
Also
were
did,
stairs.
but it's okay. We got it.
Did he have a reason? No. If he knew who I was.
What are you here for?
We.
Oh, he's with you.
Oh, yes. This is
Well.
the one that I said was at the gate.
We're associates.
Nix is impressed by that.
Did you just drop back into Pellio?
No, I'm sorry. That was we're associates.
He's one of the ones who helped me procure this information. How did your meeting go with the commander of Sinus?
We're all going to die.
The city's on lockdown. Give me something I can use.
I'm not kidding. We're all going to die.
What did they say?
They said that they're going to obliterate every trace of Nellis here and now.
And yet you got away? How?
They're giving us time.
Do what?
It's professional courtesy. Look, open war is going to happen. They're going to need to be prepared for the other houses to react once we get erased.
So what have you done? Aside from getting changed.
I've prepared my soldiers.
What have you done with the information I provided you? Have you gone to any other houses? Have you tried to make alliances? Have you gone to the guild?
I've tried to get it out of the city.
Did you succeed?
Nexus is closed off. There are guild merchants who are moonlighting as surveillance. Nothing is getting in or out. Nothing.
Have you coordinated with the guild?
They're not interested.
The two of you were on the same side yesterday.
Yes, when it was just Sinus that could take a fall.
If you play your cards right, it is just Sinus who will take the fall.
Explain to me these cards that I seem to be holding.
You're holding Sinus's downfall in your hand. You have copies. You have leverage. You have the guild who has not been seeing eye to eye with Sinus in ages. All of a sudden, you can take them out. You can absorb them into your own house. But you're letting yourself get obliterated instead of dreaming big.
Dreaming big.
And quite apart from anything else, I believe that you would be doing the right thing. I don't know if that means anything anymore in this world. But I remember a time when the right thing meant quite a bit indeed. So quite apart from the power, the immeasurable power that House Nellens could acquire in usurping the role that House Sinus plays, you could also do the right thing. Maybe that means something to you. Maybe it doesn't. And I'd like to read intentions on his objectives in the scene.
Of this scene?
Yeah.
Okay. Give you 2 extra dice for that. He is currently operating at Guile 3.
Two extra dice, you said?
Sorry?
2 extra dice, right?
2. So 3 successes are all you need.
Yeah, I got 3 successes.
Oh shit.
I got a fucking shitload of them.
I get a bunch.
Like 100?
Yeah. 1,000.
You know what he wants to do for the rest of his life. Sadly, the rest of his life is only 8 seconds long.
Oh, wait.
He wants to live. But he wants to live so that he can serve his house, not for himself. I mean, it wouldn't be a bad thing if he could live for himself, but he genuinely believes that with the information that Nyx has given him, that he could in fact influence his house's future if he can get the information out of Nexus. But he doesn't know how to do that. And he doesn't really trust very many people with the information that he has. And that's when the first arrow sinks itself into the bookcase.
Oh.
There's a small piece of paper wrapped around it, tied up with twine. It's begun, I see.
I make a move toward the arrow without even thinking. I'm just like, oh, look, a message. Must be for me.
I also casually walk over to the windows and close them.
Close
Getting
the
a bit chilly.
The message around the arrow reads very simply, 10 minutes, you or everyone.
Welp.
It's nice to be wanted.
Look, we can try to get this information out of Nexus. It won't be 10 minutes. We could try to get to the commander and silence them, whoever they may be. Do you think they hold enough influence? I could probably do that in 10 minutes.
Or we could try to convince Sinus that they
Say
need
taking place.
Nellens. Sinus needs Nellens to keep this information from the other noble houses. So we convince Sinus that they need Nellens.
Sorry, there's someone at the door. If you could just give me a moment.
I'm hiding behind the curtain again.
I'm sitting in an armchair with a book.
He walks over,
One of these.
opens the door just enough so that he can see who's on the other side. What is an immaculate monk doing here?
I peer up from the book and try to.
He's still just like standing and blocking it so that he's only opened the door just enough so that he can talk to somebody.
So,
That would be great.
I don't know what's happening over here, but
Jess
Jesus.
Jess called something a few minutes ago, and she's wondering.
I was looking for a different name and I didn't see it, so I was very confused. Now I see.
and then you hear a familiar voice to you say, if that information leaves Nexus, it leaves behind a crater, and I can't let that happen.
A familiar male voice?
A hand pushes him in the breastplate, and Lieutenant Howe walks into the room.
Oh, how shocking. Fine, fine.
Not who I thought it was.
It's been a heavy couple of sessions. I'm
Felt like the move.
And Howe does not recognize you.
Well,
Who are you? And he takes his hand off the breastplate and just... I'm the person who is going to make sure that the entire city doesn't burn. I don't know how I'm going to do this, but if it means that you have to be stopped, I will do it.
Has the door closed behind Hal?
Yes.
Could I make a roll to detect whether or not it's actually Hal?
Just straight up kill Hal.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Wait.
can roll to see, you can case him. So
I'd like
if you
to
spend 5 minutes,
Case him.
then you can see if it's the same guy.
Can I start this now and then just proceed with the scene?
Yeah, sure.
Perfect.
Who's this? A messenger.
Let's go back to my book.
What are you doing here? Get up. The entire city is going to burn, sir. You need to be somewhere more safe than this.
Thank you for indulging an old man with the word sir. I haven't received that kind of courtesy from House Nellens today, but it's very nice
House
to meet-
Nellens doesn't suffer fools.
I'm no fool. Why is everyone
Pellio is the natural end to that sentence. I am no fool.
Oh, yeah.
Pellio, yeah.
This is what I understand. I've been in Nexus for a few weeks. Everything seems to be progressing as normal. And then one day, a play happens. A play. And this play manages to convince a number of people to overthrow what they believe to be a house that does not belong in Nexus. Except that others got captured and executed. Possibly the only people who could have solved this. They're dead, which means that I'm the last person able to help you.
No, you're not. And that's when I drop fondant.
No!
Da-da.
And I'm gonna step out from behind the curtain too.
And then just
I guess we're gonna pop up from the window.
we were here all along.
We weren't. I'm sorry.
What's another immaculate
I'll just
monk
wave
doing
my-
here?
Never
Nix.
mind.
Pellio?
Ow.
Where's the
Are
scarf?
you?
Too soon, Hal. Too soon. There was a bit of an incident with some Port Kalenites many, many moons ago. And the scarf was irreparably soiled. I'll say no more.
I've just come from the emissary's office.
And
They're starting to think that there is a very strong possibility that they need to pull as many guild members out of the city in a rush. They believe that it is going to be all-out war here and now over a play, over your play.
Won't be an all-out war if enough people stand together against Sinus, and it's clear they don't have the numbers to stop them. Everyone is being cowardly.
Bear does not like being called a coward.
I know.
He really doesn't like it.
Why is the word spread that we're dead?
It helps Sinus. Do you honestly believe that they would want to get out, that they have failed to purge a city of...
No. No, they wouldn't want that to get out, would they?
You know that gif with all the math?
Oh, yeah.
Another
That's what he's doing.
arrow.
Oh.
Do you want to catch it?
I want to try. That's not how physics works. No, I don't
Roll
want
me
to.
your
super
dexterity dodge.
Ooh, that's not a bad pool.
Do it.
Two
Do
extra
it.
dice.
Do it. Do it. So badass.
What's
if
my
you pull
diff?
this
4.
off.
Uh,
Otherwise, you might lose a hand. Join
I
the-
would never do
join
that
the
to
club.
anybody.
5.
Shoot.
Nice.
message reads, "Time's up."
Everybody get fun.
And while we're all getting down, maybe it's time to take a break.
Oh my god, it's 8:30 already? 8:25?
Oh my god, it's
Oh
like
my
8:30 already.
god.
How did that happen?
6 minutes. But then I'm afraid that this nice talking and conversations.
It's gotta.
6 minutes. We'll be right back. Ultros, I'm seizing everything in your shop. I'm sorry, old friend, but I've been told. I've been commanded.
Oh, that's not good.
What's not good?
You can't just. I've been giving you extra rinds every single fucking day, and this is how you repay me? Your shop. I am taking it. I'm sorry. Sinus prick.
What's the...
I will not let you go.
What is the situation? We are in a room behind the storeroom.
That's right.
What's the situation in terms of, first of all, windows or escape routes from here?
There is one door.
One door. What's on the other side of that door in the storeroom? By what does I mean? Like, what does the door
Meat
look
hanging
like?
on hooks, being smoked.
Could I? Oh boy, is the wall made of mud or stone?
Mud.
Can I attempt to make some mud and quickly try to plaster over the door so that it disappears?
The door is not easily visible from the storeroom side.
That's good. Then I'm gonna try to disguise it some more with some meat on hooks if I can. I'm
Okay.
gonna try to hide further, basically, I guess.
Roll your intelligence stealth.
Nice. Yeah, sure.
Do you have stealth?
I do. It's a reroll available.
2 extra dice.
Thank you, sir.
Glad one of us does. Oh.
No, it's good. I am actually. I'm gonna spend some motes to re-roll this, preserving the 10.
Okay.
So it's a thing that I can do. Yep.
You didn't re-roll that one.
No, there wasn't one before. But now I have 9
my
successes.
God.
So that was a good choice, I think.
Okay, so you managed to. You think that you've done a very good job of concealing where you've been, and then you hear many footsteps above you. And then, you steal from me? You could simply buy. We're not buying. We're not negotiating. I'm sorry, my friend.
No. Ultros.
Wait.
Get that out of here. Start taking the rest of the supplies. Do it! And the feet start marching very quickly. You hear a thump and a kunk, 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 kunk.
I'm preparing Ukuvana and I'm preparing myself in front of the door in case they burst through it, I guess. Last stand style.
Are you waking up River Jade?
No?
All right.
Don't be mad at me.
Amir, Jess, Liz, 1 die.
Ooh.
Roll it, please.
Oh no.
Any of you rolls a 1, you let me know.
Oh no. Oh no.
I rolled a
Got a
1.
1.
Sorry.
I rolled a 2.
You guys are the worst. Jesus Christ. Those are just die rolls.
I saw yours and then I saw mine. I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no. Why?
So you're standing there. Ukuvuna.
Yeah.
And then you hear, oh, there isn't going to be enough in here to feed us for more than a week. They're now outside, inside this. Well, they're now just outside your door, in the storeroom.
Yeah.
I don't understand why we're trying to make sure that we gear up. Why don't we just take them all? We will. We will. You think that Ultros is the first person who's going to, or the last person who's going to die today? And they start pulling more of the meat out of the stockroom. And then, hey, the smoke. Add some to the fire. Let's make sure that we really dry these out before we take them. And then we're burning this whole place to the ground.
Great, cool.
Can I wake up?
Do you want to?
Yeah.
Really? Because maybe it's nice to just dream away.
Just, die by smoke.
I would like to start waking people up, starting with River Jade, just going in turn.
Does anyone wake up?
Really hope someone wakes
when
up
you
super
wake up,
loudly.
Sight of Flight, are you still doing this?
Oh.
No, I say shh to her.
You know what? Forget it. Start it.
What's happening? We're
And
going to
you
have to
start
go.
hearing logs getting tossed into the fire pit. Where it was just smoldering before, now the room is starting to get a bit warm.
Okay. Satellite, I'm putting you on my shoulder.
I thought we had a deal.
We have to try.
It's starting to get very, very warm in this room. And it smells of rendering fat.
Not ours, I hope.
No.
Okay.
Who are you calling fat? Did Jaya awaken? Is Bridget
Yeah, she
here?
can be there. Bridget's there.
That's good. We have a lot of NPCs. Did Zio do anything?
Zio is comatose.
That is correct.
Okay. So, how do we do this? Okay, I'm strong enough to maybe carry Zio.
We're just going to have to make a run for it.
Right, and yeah, we'll get everyone out.
You start hearing
Yeah.
more steps
What we gotta do.
as soldiers start to move. But not Sinus. Regara. On the
Bagara.
streets outside the villa. You can see them from the window. Well. Regara. They're not going to be that interested in negotiating with me
Why not?
because they're evil pricks.
Evil pricks who hate Sinus.
I don't have any leverage on Regara.
You don't need leverage. You share a common goal. They want to survive. You want to survive. We want to survive. The thing which stands in the way of our survival is Sinus. That makes us best friends right now, doesn't it?
Okay. Okay. And he straightens his shoulders, he picks up one of the pieces of paper, and he starts walking towards the windows.
Be smart. Don't go to the windows yet. Where's their house? Regara's house.
About 3 kilometers down the river.
You need to pay a visit to the head of the house. I grab another copy of the letter. Can you hold out until then?
Or
You want me to just talk?
no, I think you should go. You should. A representative of Nelland should go to Regara and petition for an audience with their house and convince them that the houses should unite and take down Sinus. You go alone and you'll have exactly the same problem we had with this fella.
Under the
I was very successful with this.
under a flag of surrender?
Under a flag of alliance.
Parlay.
Yes.
Excellent. And he leaves his study and starts to head down the stairs so that he can go out the front door.
No. You're not doing this right.
You're just asking to get
want from
sniped,
me?
man. God damn it.
What do you want from me?
Commander Bear, you have to get yourself to Regara without anyone seeing you. You can't just walk down the street under these conditions.
I'm a military commander.
Yes, we're going to have to work. We're going to have to do something about this.
Makeover.
Yeah. You're going to have to take your clothes off. We're going to have to put you in something else. Here. And Pellio takes off his clothing and tries to like put it on to Commander Bear.
He starts to take his clothing off and just...
So, if anyone tries to speak to you, you are a deaf mute. You lost the ability to speak as a child.
Doing the same thing he did with River Jade.
Yeah, it's a bit that I have. With,
Go-to.
yeah. Do you understand, Commander? It's the only way this is going to work. Otherwise, your house falls today.
What's your real name?
Pellio.
What's your real name?
There's a time and a place for this, and it's not here and it's not now.
Is he telling the truth?
Yes.
Fine.
You stay alive.
And we are going to pay a visit to the Sinus Commander. Cut off the head and see what happens.
Regara or Sinus, Commander?
Sinus.
And who are you saying this to?
Bear.
And Pellio. So he knows.
Yeah.
And what about how?
Sure, I'll look at how too. She just like divides her gaze into 3 directions. It kind of looks like this.
Super cool.
Cost 2 modes. They're mute.
That sounds about right.
They're going to raise this place. So you have to tell me something. Do I stay here and try to defend those who are here? Or do you believe that I will save more lives if I go with you? What's the greater mercy here, Nyx?
Get everyone out of this building. It's a building. Let's save the city.
People are funny about buildings. And he turns around and he starts heading down and he says, "Fire!" I'm not going to yell that loud in this building, but he starts shouting fire.
As in evacuate, there is a fire, not soldiers' fire on the house.
Yes.
Oh, good.
You can tell
And
by the
then
modulation as well.
he takes one of the burning sticks from the fireplace, just looks at it. The fire starts to increase in size, and then he just dashes it on the ground.
Oh, and I grab a huge stack of the papers and I give him a handful.
What is this?
Get these into as many hands as you can.
Okay.
Here, he takes some too.
Is River Jade all right?
She was when we left her.
Good. Go.
Right.
So you're trying to now leave with...
Why didn't you impersonate Bear and go to Regara under the gods? Oh.
Well, because I want to address Sinus once and for all.
Bet you do.
Love it.
Yeah.
Let's go win some wars.
Or stop some wars.
What are your health
go
levels
stop
at
some
right now? Pellio?
2.
Okay. Wait, 2
2.
things.
2. Like, yeah. -1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
I need you to rest, okay? I need you to rest
How am I supposed to rest? They're burning this place down.
in my arms.
No.
And she picks you up.
Whoa!
What is happening?
Shh. Quiet. Or else whatever he did isn't going to work.
Yeah, but this should be the other way around.
This relationship is going to take a very serious turn if we don't, have an egalitarian view on these sorts of things.
I don't know what that means.
It means that you don't always get to be the big, strong one. What do we do?
Gonna wait for them to head out and kick this open and run, I guess.
They don't know we're here. We still have the element of surprise.
You're right. Whew.
Bridget's not looking so hot right now.
Oh, boy.
She's not exalted. She doesn't have things like high resistance and
Bridget,
a million health levels.
you're coming with me, all right?
Bridge, go with my pass, okay?
And I'm sorry because this is going to seem a little distressing. I'd like to try to pick up Zio and place her in front of me, and then start automaton walking her out of the room.
What?
Excellent. We have the element of surprise. I'm going to surprise them a la Andre the Giant in Princess Bride. She's not huge, but she is made of metal. That will be very surprising to them. Possibly also her skin will become hot to the touch, and I can try to, like, I don't know.
Are you going for like a exterminate as you're just like walking a
Please
metal
say
person
that.
forward?
Yes. I need to get us all out of here, and we're. I mean, look, I'm happy to do something else crazy
so
too.
here's what's gonna happen.
I'm ready. I have backups.
I want you to roll me your strength performance
Mm-hmm.
at a difficulty of 4. But you are going to get 2 dice, 1 extra success, and a point of willpower.
Okay. I'm gonna.
Good
I've already received my stunt, but I just want to supplement this as well, just a little bit by, as I'm like pushing her in front of me, shouting something to the effect of like, "Oh God, get it off! You know, help me! It's going to kill me." All right.
Poor Zio. We mistreat her so
I
much.
know. It's kind of the worst.
It's a great idea.
I don't think it is. I honestly don't think
No,
it is.
it's amazing.
I have, like, I'm gonna get her back to life, guys. Like, I have a really good idea for that.
I believe in you.
You said 4, right?
4. How many successes?
1.
Including your willpower,
With your
that you
willpower.
spent?
That is correct.
And your extra success.
So that was the 1 success.
Would you have botched?
No.
Okay. So you push open the door, and the first thing that happens is
Absolutely.
Zio just topples over onto the ground.
Oh, okay.
She's way too heavy for you to be able to just manipulate her like that.
Okay, that's fair.
But there's no one in here except for the fact that now that you've increased the amount of oxygen that's flowing into the room, the fire starts to rage inside here in the storeroom.
Oh, we got to go. I'm gonna.
Which means,
Yeah, go ahead.
what is your strength?
2.
You can carry 1 person. You cannot carry Zio.
Jaya is not in need of carrying.
No.
Excellent.
Can Jay carry?
Yeah, that'd be great.
So
I'm.
carry is, sorry, excuse for a circle.
Please do. Good lord.
I need help.
Yeah, we need help here. I will take Bridget. Are the meat hooks on long chains?
Yes.
Can I pull meat off of a chain, bring
There's
it down?
no meat left.
Oh, great! Right, they took it all. I'm gonna pull one of the chains down and hook it into under Zio's arm.
What is your intelligence?
5.
Cool. when was the last time that you thought that grabbing metal in a room that was full of fire was a good idea?
Back when I had resistance 4, let's go. No.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, all right, let's do this.
All right.
It's gonna hurt
Let's do
Zio.
Handing
this.
some cloth.
Roll me your stamina resistance.
Okay.
At a difficulty of 4.
Oh,
This
no.
is-
If you succeed, you can drag Zio out of here.
I just don't want to leave her behind, man. Do you know what I mean? I don't need to do that.
I want to help so bad.
I swear I'll stop fucking it up for everybody real soon, guys. You said 4, eh, John?
4.
I botched. Cool. That's great. Absolutely. This is such a disaster. Bye.
Oh boy. Here we go.
Like, just like give me some paper. Do you know what I mean? I can like climb out of here myself.
Give me some paper. It's burning. The paper's burning.
I could like climb out of here. I could like think my way out of a paper bag, I guess.
Look at that serene expression of
I
contentment.
will allow the death of myself or someone. Damn it, Chris. He's hooked on Zio. I accept my fate.
You dash out. The fire is intense. More intense than you can ever remember feeling in terms of heat. Every whisker on your face, every small bit of hair on your hands starts to curl as the fire starts to burn. And yet, it takes just a few wraps of cloth around your hands for you to grab one of the hooks and drag a metallic being, one who may not mind being singed with flame. And you manage to pull your way through. And in the meantime, Sight of Light cries out, "Jaya, be my eyes!" And Jaya is the one who pulls you and Sight of Light by the hand as you start to escape this room until you get to the end, the stairway that will lead up, and realize that that doorway has been blocked. You have one round. How do you get out?
Blocked how?
When you try to lift the trap door, it does not budge.
I can use my hammer.
You're on a time limit, folks. I'm going to the other people. When I come back, I'll have your answer or I'll burn you alive.
That's great.
For you, you've now successfully made it out of the villa under some guise of fleeing for you, I suppose?
Yeah.
Stealth for you? Mm-hmm. You're headed towards Sinus's camp?
Yeah.
You now hear gongs. They're starting to call and answer across the city. And people are no longer afforded the luxury of merely watching from the sidelines. The sun itself is starting to black itself out as clouds start roiling over. This is not a fight that will happen in the sight of light, but merely rain. Lots of it. Helping some, but not others. You, Pellio, know where the Sinus people would be kept. You also know that the commander of Sinus would not be in their main pavilion or in the barracks, but instead maintains a small, modest, but finely appointed home. And you also know that this is where she would run her business.
Nyx, follow me. I think we have to take out the Sinus commander.
Oh yeah. Pellio, I'm still walking, but You know, we could get everyone and leave. I think I need a reason why we're staying.
I have business with Sinus that predates my ever having met any of you. But I understand if you need to go to the others and save yourself.
So you're staying.
5 paths, River Jade, now.
Damn it! I'm going to lift River Jade's hand up to the door and have her perform the motions that I've seen her do before. Her shattering grasp is a charm that she knows. I'm going to direct the essence through her hand to help her perform it on the door, the trap door.
The trapdoor splinters, and stacks of pork rinds start to fall. Falling down from the stairs. But when you make it up out of it, there's Bridget is crying in your hands. She has been burned. Jaya does manage to push you up ahead, but you have come up directly in a battalion of Sinus soldiers who have been looting every store. You can see them. They can't see you, but they will, unless you do something. When I get back to you next.
Oh, God.
Go.
I have to deal with Sinus once and for all. My future is here. This is my destiny. I failed Zio once. I have to fulfill the dancer's prophecy and stop a war from happening. I mean this is no judgment on your decision to leave if that is your choice. But I have to stay.
I can offer you one thing, and Hal stands up. I can get you out. I know I can. But I only have that available for one.
But you're staying, Pellio.
I have to.
Freedom is just on the other side of that wall, and I will give it to you.
Then that's reason enough for me.
Sorry, what?
I mean, you're staying. So I'm staying. I just needed to hear somebody say that they're staying. Old habits die hard.
Pellio just reaches over and grabs Nyx by the hand and gives it a squeeze. But he doesn't make a show of it. It's just like a subtle.
Oh, let's go kill a commander.
Scott, Jess, go.
Yep. I'd like for us to try to direct everyone out around the corner. I'm going to be the distraction. I'm going to stand perfectly still, muster as much beauty as I can, and simply walk towards them, ukuvana in hand, and try to declaim as loudly as possible. I walk through fire. I cannot be harmed. I'm trying to intimidate them with my
Appearance, presence, 2 dice, 1 point of willpower, 1 success.
I am the dread
Sinus
pirate.
is a fair distance away,
I know,
but
it's bad. I'm sorry.
at the moment, nobody is paying attention to somebody who is merely a rundown, a rundown delivery person, a mustachioed delivery person deliverer,
I thought I
and
was
an immaculate monk.
I thought I was wearing Commander.
You are, but
There's-
you're delivering him, so.
Right. Okay.
Oh, you're delivering the delivery. I understand.
What do you intend to do to the commander when you reach her?
As I'm in the disguise of a high-ranking commander of House Nellens, I intend to try to assuage Sinus's lust for war somehow and offer them the allegiance under this false pretense of House Nellens as a means of placating them and stopping any more bloodshed. That's my intention. What is yours?
Hal reaches over and just places his hands on either side of your shoulders, and he presses his forehead against yours for just a moment, and you can feel a surge of essence within. You may now, you and only you, Amir, not Pellio, can decide one roll that will instantly get 5 successes, no more, no less. It must be used between now and the end of the campaign.
Okay.
And it can only be used if it is an act of mercy.
One roll. Like one
Roll.
have
And
to
it can
be
be
a Pellio?
anybody at this table or an NPC.
Oh.
Yeah, write that in big block letters.
But it's been given to you.
So automatic 5 successes
5 successes, no more, no less, on one roll.
on one roll that is related to the concept of mercy.
That is related to an act of mercy, which means that when you claim this, you have to tell me why it's an act of mercy, and if I do not agree with you, you have wasted it.
Okay.
Scott, successes.
4.
You see the man who previously was in Ultros's shop. He has a knife in his hands, which he has clearly been subconsciously wiping again and again. And then he looks at you. You're in the wrong place.
I believe it is you who are in the wrong place. This belongs to me. Can I simply hop from where I'm standing up, like I'm doing a handspring, but just stick to the ceiling?
Yep.
Spinning my motes. And continue to gaze at him.
Fine. Just fine. He sheathes the knife. Then I guess only one of us leaves. Meanwhile, everyone else is being carried away. You can see and hear everything that's happening.
Yep.
The floor beneath both the Sinus sergeant essentially, and the he's on the roof, so he's not there. But the floor is getting quite hot as the fire is starting to build and build.
We're still at the door. We're still at the door.
Yes, but now you have the chance. You can either sneak away now,
Yep.
or you can assist Pellio. 5 paths.
That's cool.
It's one or the other. Decide now.
Yeah, I'm sneaking away.
Scott,
Yeah,
join battle.
let's go.
Nyx,
She's giving you a mental.
the
I
pavilion
believe
for
in
Sinus
you.
is a lot better,
Thanks,
a
dude.
lot better maintained and a lot better guarded than the others. And while they are committing their
Followed by
soldiers
a,
to
"You
some
don't come back,
places,
I will kill you."
that pavilion is going to be very difficult to get access to. Now, the modest house that is a few blocks down has a smaller and yet no less fearsome contingent of soldiers on the outside. They're just doing a much better job of pretending like they're not that big a deal. You can either approach the house directly, you can attempt to go in there by stealth, but you need a plan and you need it soon.
I'm gonna make a beeline for the front door under the.
Wanna do?
With the idea being that, I want to offer my allegiance to Sinus as a representative of Nellens, right? I'm a high-ranking commander. I'm like making a beeline to speak to the commander of Sinus. And that's my message. We're here to help. Regara's in town, So let's team up and let's solve this together. And then in the meantime, maybe you can, I don't know.
I'll meet you in the commander's quarters. I'm going to do my best to stay out of sight, but if need be, I can end this. But I'm going to let you get a chance to do it your way first.
I think if you get an opportunity, you should sink your dagger into her neck with as much poison as you can put on it.
I mean, it's a ring, but thanks.
Well,
Will that not lead to more bloodshed?
Not if the new commander of Sinus takes her. No.
I don't think.
Just live the rest of your life as a Sinus commander. Actually,
5 has ascending.
that's a good idea.
I am now glowing
Such a deep
12.
limit constantly.
Your initiative is 12.
That is correct.
The sergeant's initiative is 9. You act first. Go.
I'm going to very simply drop down from the ceiling. I'm still maintaining my attempt at unearthly beauty. I'm going to wave Ukuvana and then dash towards him with incredible speed. I'm attempting to grab him in like a grapple. I'm going to try to grab him in a headlock.
All right. As you dash towards him, despite his girth, he is going to crouch low, and he is then going to try to slam his considerable size right up against you to bounce you off him in an attempt to throw you off so that he can perform his own attack.
Okay.
His defense is currently 7. Go.
5 bats.
River Jade, you're still being carried by sight of light and Jaya, and then you can hear Jaya is very quietly trying not to, she's trying not to breathe. She's trying to press you further against the side of the wall, trying to move you away. And then you hear her whisper, "Where do you want to go?" Bridget is crying.
Oh.
Her hands, her neck, her face, all have been licked by flames.
Okay. I want to, I guess, try to get to House Netlands.
Okay. Do you know where that is?
No.
Ah,
New plan. The theater.
Okay, what do we have at the theater?
I don't know. But we can't stay outside.
Then let's go. Scott,
7.
very well. Establish your grapple,
Yeah.
your control.
Did I get any automatic successes or whatever? No, it's fine. 5?
4.
Okay,
You'll get 1 round.
great.
Nyx,
I'm gonna try to sneak into the house.
the house is a relatively modest one, as I said before. It only has 2 stories and a very small lawn on the front of it. You would be able to reach it either by the roof, or you can try to sneak in through a trap in the ground that should lead to a basement. You can choose one or the other.
I choose the roof, please.
Very well. Wits, stealth, 2 extra dice. Pellio,
I approach the gate.
What's my diff?
I can't tell you.
Mystery.
You're wearing Nellen's colors.
Yeah.
The soldiers greet you with a certain amount of respect. Their hands are on their weapons, but they're not drawn. You do not seem to be armed at all.
No.
What are you doing here?
I've come to parley with your leader on urgent business.
Come to threaten us again.
No, quite the opposite. The threat comes from Ragara.
Commander Bear, I should kill you right here and right now. I would appreciate it if you could give me a reason not to.
Because we both have a greater enemy. And we both need each other to survive.
Charisma socialized, 2 dice, 1 success, 1 willpower.
8.
8 successes is enough to get you in whichever one you chose, which is...
The roof.
You're now on the roof of the building. You can hear that there are people on the inside. There's nervous pacing.
I'm trying to get a sense of, where the commander might be. So I'm looking to get a sense for the size of the room based on the number of footsteps.
Probably the size of the room that you're in now. 5 meters by about 14 meters.
Okay.
That's a little smaller than this room, but that'll do.
6.
Just you. No one else goes in with you. Do you understand?
Understood. Thank you for your patience.
And he goes and he walks over to the door and he opens it and he puts his hand out. Good luck, Commander. We'll be watching.
Thank you. Sorry, that took a second. Thank you. That's beautiful.
We will be watching.
River Jade, you manage to push your way through mud and rain. And that's when you can hear a crowd of people screaming. And you see that there is a rope that is being lashed around an old man's arms
Oh my God.
and legs as the former playmaster of this theater is being pushed onto his knees by an angry mob. You did this to us. Your play has cost us all. And Warden, still at the very front of his proscenium arch, just waits. But he says nothing. What do you do? Scott.
Yeah. Do I get to make my? I believe I get to make my choice this round.
That's
as well as,
correct.
yeah. So I'm going to choose to forego my 1 round of control. So I'm going to throw this person, this sinus dude, having kind of managed to maintain the grapple despite his upward motion. I'm going to continue his upward motion. I'm going to push under his jaw up and flinging him out through the window. Yep, decisive.
Go ahead.
All right.
I mean, I don't get to roll, so for you, if it's decisive, you literally are just rolling 12 dice.
Oh, yeah, like
But with the added
right,
one of your
because I'm
control.
going to succeed on the.
That's
Yeah,
correct.
that's true, eh? Oh, yeah, that's pretty good. Okay.
12 dice. Make them count. Nyx. There are 4 people in the room that is directly underneath you. There is a window that you have access to that you'd be able to enter, you believe, as long as you timed it with the lightning strikes around you. Of those 4 people who are inside, one of them is barely more than a boy, maybe 12, 13 years old. There's a woman who seems to be of rather strapping good health based on the fact that her stomping is vibrating the floorboards underneath you. An elderly gentleman and a woman who is probably about 19 years old, not moving too much, but seems to be breathing rather calmly.
Okay.
Pellio, when you come inside, you can see that there's lunch set out on a small table, enough to feed 3 people. A relatively simple lunch, sandwiches mostly. The bread's not nearly as good as you could make it, but everything else is of modest quality. There's nothing ostentatious here. There are no slaves. You've never been to the commander's home. There's a stairway that leads upstairs, but there's nobody on the first floor. You can make your choice as to what to do here now, but the door is closed behind you.
Do I, from my time with Sinus, do I know the commander's name? Do I have information about them? A first name which would, or just anything. Do I recall that?
Yeah. You know that the commander who is here has a son who is just becoming of age.
Mm-hmm.
You also know, you don't know the commander's son's name. It's something that she is very careful not to reveal.
Okay.
But she is known very simply as Riga, R-I-G-A, which I know is going to be confusing with Regara, but there you go.
Mm-hmm. I stand at the foot of the stairs and I just cry out, Riga. I have urgent business.
As who?
Yeah.
As myself?
As yourself?
Yeah.
I will not make you roll limit. You hear this, and then you can hear walking towards the edge of the staircase, and you see a severe-looking woman looking down. She's dressed in plate, and she has a sword by her side, although she doesn't have the bearing of one who normally goes in for violence. This almost seems to be ceremonial. And she looks down. That's not the voice of Commander Bear of House Nellens. And you hear her take 3 steps down the stairs. That is a voice that I've heard from behind several mirrors, one doorway, and another 2 steps down. That is a voice that I heard when I ordered fire. A voice that escaped me. What does a Regara spy, an anathema, want with me? Are you hungry? Have you had lunch?
I'm always hungry. Let's eat.
Let's sit down. Scott.
I got 6 successes.
6 successes is quite a few.
It is.
It resets your initiative. Your initiative is now 3. And it's now his turn to react. He picks himself up off the ground and spits a tooth out.
Oh.
And you see his men start to rush, and he just holds up a fist. You don't get it, do you? He isn't anything. And he centers himself. And he nods once, a gesture of respect.
And I.
But his feet are blindingly fast as he rushes towards you, his hands slicing through the air with the sharpness of only you've seen from an artifact weapon itself. He's bearing down on you, And he's attempting as best he can to drive you back and back and back, not towards the men, but towards the building that is currently slowly erupting into flame underneath it.
If we're kind of perhaps down, perhaps an alley or something, sort of next to it.
There's the
Or
alley
along-
where we just went.
Yeah, no, or at least if I'm alongside another building as he's trying to force me back towards one, I'm going to attempt to parry his incoming charge by just very gently placing my feet, one on a post, one on the wall next to me, so I'm sort of like up in the air, push my hands down, and just close my eyes so I can receive his
Excellent.
attack.
I'll add 1 to your defense. What is it?
+1, 6, spending 7.
Is that peripheral or personal that you're
This is
spending?
peripheral, spending a lot of peripheral. He is now at whatever the next level up is, probably.
Going?
Sure.
No.
Like bright.
Your defense
Right.
total is
7.
8. Your soak?
This is a withering attack.
Yes.
9.
Damn.
Add parry soak in mantis form. That's great. It's the one thing I've never been able to do. But he's got some sort of artifact weapon or something. Ew.
-20.
I was gonna say, don't put the minus. Yeah. No, that's bad.
You can feel your head crack against the stone wall of Ultros' shop. You don't take any significant damage, but he manages to sweep your feet out from underneath you, and he's standing above you. You're in crash, and his initiative is now 18.
Can we hear that?
You are very
We're
far
too
away
far.
from the theater. River Jade.
Okay. Chea, you said the Unconquered Sun has a purpose for everyone, right?
Yes.
What's yours?
She turns and she starts walking towards and through the crowd.
That's that answer.
And then she turns back. And as they're just about to cut Morden, she just puts her hands up and lets her cast mark flare.
Damn, Jia.
I wish I was the one to give you good news, but I'm not. I wish I was the one to tell you that the Unconquered Sun was going to solve the problem of Nexus, but I can't. It's not up to me. Someone greater. All I can do is fly. She crouches, picks up Morden, and just leaps up onto the roof, and then is gone. And the others turn and face you.
Oh, just passing through.
Yes.
Does anyone know where the bathroom is?
Is anyone left in
Looking
the
for a
room?
toilet.
Yes, there's still the young boy, the young woman, and the older gentleman.
So nobody followed them down to eat?
No.
I see.
Get out of there.
Then I guess I'm gonna try to crawl down to the dining room. Can I beat them in there and get under the table?
Yes.
Cool.
Creepy.
You're now under the table.
You're doing the thing
Oh, yeah.
in
The Matilda thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're now under the table. You are relatively sure that no one has seen you make it here. And then Pellio. To what do I owe the pleasure, really? Caviar.
Please.
I seem to recall that that was something that you had requested once.
It was always too salty here. at Sinus. But that's not why I made myself your enemy. But I've come here under a banner of peace.
Peace.
Yes.
Explain to me then what this peace is.
I beg that you stop the fighting and that you spare the lives of the people of Nexus. Far too many people have died as a result of my actions and my lies. And I want to make that right, for once and for all. And if it costs me my life, then so be it.
You think that I can give this to you?
I think that you wield sufficient political power to ensure that order is restored in this city and that people are not harmed.
Pellio. Why do you come before me showing weakness? Why do you believe that I am the only one who can assist you?
You have power.
So this is how our relationship proceeds. You simply ask for what you want and I give it to you. A traitor. An anathema. A deceiver.
And then you have the good fortune of being able to turn to your house and say, look, I got the anathema. I found the traitor. I uprooted the betrayer that is the cause of all of this trouble. And I didn't have to shed one drop of Sinus blood, let alone the blood of the people of Nexus. Surely, that's a tasty little morsel for you to be able to take home.
There's a piece of paper out there that has names on it. I can't control that page anymore, which means that everybody in this city has to suffer to save the house. Why do you believe that me trying to end this conflict is going to do anything for me? It simply is going to be the downfall of Sinus itself when that page reaches the Blessed Isle.
A page is a page. It's drops of ink on a dried piece of pulp.
Then you're a fool. Do you know what has changed this world? It isn't a hand that grips a sword. It isn't even an empress with access to an imperial manse. It's ideas, Pellio. Ideas are the things that change creation, and those are not communicated any better than with simple ink.
Yes, but ideas can be fabricated and manipulated and twisted into all kinds of shapes and sizes to suit our purposes. And if I were to tell you that the ideas contained on that piece of paper were fabricated, and that the paper was a forgery, and that if you could provide evidence to dispositive of that fact before your accusers in the realm, surely that would exculpate Sinus of any wrongdoing. I'm here because of an idea as well, you understand. I am here because I don't want any more harm to come to Nexus. Nexus has suffered far too much. So let's work together and put an end to this.
Tell me, Pellio. How many deals do you think we managed to broker because of the information you gave us?
I've lost count. Dozens, hundreds.
How many ships have come and gone from this city that you claim to love so much? Loaded for bear because of you.
I served your house very effectively for a
Yes.
very long time.
Yes. And do you believe that now is the time that you can turn around and say that it isn't for me, it's for Nexus, and that I would believe you?
Do you think by putting myself in direct danger before the commander of the house which wants my death more than anyone else is acting out of self-interest in any way? I'm putting myself in harm's way for an idea. So my self-interest is not motivating my actions at this point. I'm trying to right the wrongs of my past. And I'm offering you an opportunity to do the same.
Do you sleep well?
No.
I do. I've managed to make things right for my son. No matter what happens here today, he will persevere. He will go on. You and I might die here at this very table, but my son will live, and he will prosper. For you see, I may deal in slaves, but I am his, and I will break my back to make sure that he will prosper. And I don't believe you care about anybody enough to do that. I don't believe that you have it in you. I believe that you've been given power that you only know how to control so that you can use it for yourself, and so you will never win. You will always be miserable. You will always have the coin, whether you've stolen it from me or whether you've squirreled it away from your previous work. You will always benefit from the evils that you now claim you wish to make up for. Every luxury you have, every piece of food that reaches your lips, it will be because you were Sinus. And you always will be. Five paths ascending.
Yeah.
Round. 5 motes. The sergeant looks down at you. You make me sick. Do you understand? Everything could have been fine here, and it's your fault this city burns today. And you should tell your master that your form is sloppy. And he's just gonna reach out and he's just gonna try to boot you upside the head. This is a withering attack.
Okay, I'm going to sweep my legs around. I'm on the ground, right? I'm going to sweep my legs to try to catch his foot in mine.
Okay. He fails. Your action.
I'm going to start committing the motes and the willpower required to use my Twilight ability to...
If he hits you in the next round,
It will fizzle.
it will
Yeah.
fizzle. So you're trying?
Yeah.
Excellent. River Jade.
Yep. The mob is looking at us.
Yes.
Can we? Are they the audience? Can
You recognize one or two people from the audience, but they've been injured. There's slashes, scars, bruises on all of them. They're angry.
Okay. Satellite, I need you to put me down for a second.
She puts you down, and just before she takes a step back, whatever they tell you, I still love you. stare at you. But their anger is growing.
I'm sure the last person you want to see right now is myself or anyone who was involved in the production that you watched. She's trying to calm them down. I want to apologize for what you've had to go through today and yesterday.
We're going to lose our lives because of you.
No.
They'll never let us live.
You have to believe.
Believe in what? Believe in what? Not even our gold can save us now. We can't leave the city. We can't hide.
No. But you can choose what you want to make of the situation. Isn't that what happens in business? Sometimes a business deal doesn't go the way you think it's going. And then you have to make a new choice, a new decision to improvise.
Then what choice do we have? What can you give us other than these words? We had him. And now we don't even have that.
I want to give you something, a hope in something greater than just this. For a better world for everyone. One that doesn't deal in slaves, doesn't treat people poorly like that.
Every single chosen only finds a way to use their power for themselves.
If I was using my power for myself, I wouldn't be here right now. I wouldn't have lost this. And she holds up her right hand. Ooh. I'm a blacksmith. Okay?
Well, you hear a bit of murmuring. I want you to roll me. Charisma.
Yeah?
Presence.
Okay.
2 extra dice, 1 success, 1 willpower.
Cool.
I'm going to show Liz the difficulty.
Okay.
I like that.
Question, John, on the mechanics of me using this 5 auto success. Can I use it reflexively on a failed roll?
Bending.
No.
No.
No, it has to be on a roll that's happening now.
What's your pool?
So I have 2 successes because I spent a willpower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
She'll need 3 successes on those 7 dice.
So I'm gonna use what Hal gave me for your roll.
Done.
Oh.
Regain 1 willpower, Pellio. If you don't have it, you get an extra 1. River Jade, regain the willpower that you would have spent for this.
Okay.
And the words come to you. Somehow.
Oh.
Maybe it's from that first performance that you gave, the first play. The first time that somebody believed that maybe you could stand up in front of a crowd and talk. But then you hear someone say, I'll believe in you. But you have to show me where to go. 5 has ascending.
Yeah. So I've spent the motes and the willpower to begin to commit my essence to sort of disappear out of existence. I'm going to attempt to distract this soldier from killing me because he doesn't know what's going on. I'm probably at bonfire at this point, or
Yeah.
you know. So I'm going to take Ukuvana and throw it, slide it along the ground away from me.
You're discarding your artifact.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Coming back to you, Nyx. You're under the table and you can hear everything that's happened so far.
What I want to try to do is silly.
I want to hear it.
I would like to try to sneakily wrap my garrote around her foot
Okay.
Enter into a stealth grapple? Question mark? I don't know if that's a thing.
All right. You're going to roll me your wits martial arts with 2 extra dice. And I am going to roll my perception awareness. And if I beat you, you lose stealth. And you do not get the garrote around her leg. If we tie, she sees you, but the garrote is around your leg. And if you win, you get the garrote around her leg. Fair?
Fair. I do have a charm that allows me to re-roll stealth. It's the same thing 5 paths have. Would I be able to use this in this instance? Because it's a stealth roll?
Yes.
Okay.
Ready?
Hopefully you won't need to.
Yeah, hopefully I won't need to, but no. Yeah. I think I want to use it.
Okay.
Second.
I'm going to let Jess see the roll.
So,
Yeah, it preserves 10s.
thank you. Okay.
Successes?
10.
That beats my 6.
First time I rolled, I got 5.
The
Nice
garrote is now
job.
around her leg. You now know what her heart's desire is, should you so choose.
I would like to know.
It's her son.
Do I know his name? Gross.
Yes.
Excellent.
I'm not going to tell it to you right now, but you
Okay.
know it.
Perfect.
Is there any more caviar?
Not for you. Our time here is coming to a close.
What if I was to say you were right, and that I'm Sinus through and through, and I'll always be Sinus? And so what? Where does that leave us?
Do you honestly believe that all the soldiers in my army want to be in Sinus?
No, of course I honestly don't believe that.
They want money. That's what they want. They want to be able to go home at the end of the day with some riches in their pocket so that they can booze and whore and take whatever's left and go back to their families. So that they can raise their sons and their daughters. So that they can kiss their husbands or their wives and fall asleep. It is not out of any loyalty to our standards. It's the coin that they care about more than anything.
I know that more than anyone.
So, what makes you think you're not part of Sinus too?
Maybe I am. I don't think anyone wins with a city that's been razed to the ground. Sinus doesn't win. The Guild doesn't win. The people of Nexus don't win. Nobody wins. It's in everyone's best interest to keep the coin flowing through Nexus, and Nexus not burnt down, maybe? Just a thought.
I told you that's not what I care about.
No, you care about the good name of House Sinus and their slavers. Of course you care about that.
Not even that. You're not even listening to me.
You care about the coin?
What a lousy spy you are. My son.
Where is the young whippersnapper? It'll be good to see him after all these years. I'm sure he's grown into a strapping young lad.
No. You can choose, Pellio. You can choose to walk out that door and meet my guards. They might even let you leave. Or you can die here at this table. Perhaps with the dignity you always believed you deserved.
And who gets to decide
You.
if I'm accorded that dignity?
You do. I will consider you an enemy combatant. I will give you the full honors of somebody who deserves to be acknowledged as the one who decided to go against Riga. There's no shame in you failing. Because you failed. Pellio, you failed the moment you betrayed us to Rigara. You failed the moment that you made it out of that tea house alive, so that you could skip across creation for a year and discover exactly what it's like to fail again and again and again. From Numa to Nexus. A road of sorrow and nothing.
Jesus Christ.
Cool it.
5 paths.
Yeah, I'm gonna attempt to distract this sinus person by scrawling a message in the dirt with the handle of Ukuvana.
Yeah.
Letter within a letter technique, and essence-laden missive. So ideally, it looks like a scrawl, or it looks like a simple phrase. Contained within it is the message, the Solar Exalted will change creation for the better, which ideally he will repeat out loud, unironically, sorry. It's the phrasing. Is this doable?
It's pretty cool, 5 paths.
Yeah.
Very cool. Should have written it in your own blood, though. That would have been even cooler.
I'm going to say that that's going to increase your defense by 3.
Hey!
That is worthy of a 3-point stunt.
Thank you. 6, 9. Okay, 9.
Five paths.
Yeah. Oh,
What's that make your defense?
10.
If he hits you, you fizzle. If he misses,
What does fizzle mean?
Rizzle.
Oh, like
it
my.
means that his attempt to disappear as a twilight fails.
Okay, but he doesn't physically fizzle.
No.
He goes,
10.
Yeah.
Urines 4, y'all.
Sizzling.
Yes. That.
16.
Girl.
This is your last chance.
Yeah.
11.
That's all I got. I'm tapped out, guys.
Are you completely tapped
I
out?
have 1 moat.
5 paths.
I have nothing else. I have no one.
You're Pellio and River Jade. Why?
Gotta get out of here. Needed to get you guys to your destiny or whatever. Looking good for old 5 paths. But he'll have to repeat the statement,
I
unironically.
can't do the journal again, 5 paths. It doesn't have your same flair.
Spooky ghost, 5 paths will be fine.
I don't like this.
Nyx.
So,
Her son's name
oh.
is Still Light.
Wait, what?
The fuck?
Wait, what?
5 paths ascending.
Yeah?
12. And I think we'll end the session here.
That's not the number I wanted to hear at all. Thanks, Jess. I appreciated the sound there. That's good.
Yeah, you got it. I feel real bad we left you there.
You're all alive.
It's true. For now.
Temporarily.
Hey, you're saving the city, man. Right?
You're all alive. But you are not together.
Yeah,
We do this every time, guys.
I know.
And you have one session to save a city, save yourselves, maybe both.
Could make it a 4-hour session. Maybe then we could fit it
All
all in.
nighter.
Just lock the doors. Guys, lock it, yeah.
An old friend from the past, Daniel TIE Fighter.
Oh.
Hi, Fighter.
Hi, Daniel TIE
Thank
Fighter.
you for the
Goodbye.
subscription.
Thank you
Ooh,
so much.
thank you.
Well,
I have a question for everybody at the table, if I may, but maybe
It's
you
up
want to
to
say something
you.
else first, yeah.
First, to decide what today's decision point is, throw your ideas in chat now. While we're waiting for that, Amir,
Oh yeah, we're gonna do this.
Yeah.
what did you learn today?
Amir learned that Pellio is no longer Pellio, really.
Oh.
Yeah. And wants to be free of that persona.
Elizabeth?
I've said too much.
Oh.
Maybe I've said too much.
I don't think so.
Nyx is not, like, she made a decision that wasn't to save her own skin. She's staying in Nexus because the people she cares about are staying.
Jess?
River Jade's using a different skill set that she's not accustomed to, which is using words to inspire people.
Use your
or
word hole.
That sort of thing. And it's very scary for her.
Scott?
Killing it. Five Pass is still like his upbringing is still trained him to think that he has to like face challenges with combat and force, and like I think he still thinks that he has to front, you know what I mean? Like to fight means to fight for him, and I just think that he's still learning that there are other ways of approaching problems that don't involve like taking crazy stylish risks. Stylish?
He is very stylish.
Well,
true.
I like to think so.
No, he is. I was worried when you started saying that hair was singeing off his arm that he was going to lose all of his purple and pink hair, purple and blue hair. I got real scared.
Yeah.
I appreciate
Take all our limbs, but don't take 5 pads hair. We need just 5 pads. Just 5.
He just does so much with it.
Oh.
It'll be 5 experience for you. It'll be 4 solar experience. But I think that you only have 1 session left to earn many different achievements. It may not happen. But your decision point poll is open. 5 Paths attempt to flee fizzles. An act of mercy stirs the crowd to believe in River Jade.
Yay.
Nyx discovers Riga's child's name, or Riga's "the reason why you suck" speech.
Dear God.
It was
That's
brutal.
0, 1, 2, or 3. Vote now.
So brutal.
Pellio, he always gets people telling him, like, you're nothing, you're
Yeah.
worthless,
Yeah.
you're a failure,
Yeah.
you never meant anything. Like,
Yeah.
it's,
If that were a drinking game, we would all be plastered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Poor guy.
Yeah.
And most of those speeches happened before this campaign ever even started.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Do you think that's why Pellio is so flamboyant and so, you know what I mean? Like, is it a front kind of thing, or
I think maybe.
more partial, or
maybe.
I can't wait to unpack this in the Froyo
Oh yeah, I
session.
guess we should unpack it. Yeah,
Is
that's true.
that going to be 4 hours long? I'm just wondering,
point.
like how long?
Good
Oh
Lord.
boy.
Till we run out of things to say, I
Yeah.
guess.
I'm curious what everybody thinks about, like, around the table here, what everyone thinks about the idea of, like, us operating separately but together, you know? Like, as John sort of said, you know, we were not together, and we are currently not together, bar you two. But just, like, how we've been kind of supporting each other's strengths through not directly being together, but, like, having people with certain skill sets go off while other people sort of stay to defend or protect or whatever. I don't know, thoughts, feelings around the table? Like, does it make sense, or is it weird? Are we being stupid?
No, I dig it. I think that's true to the reality of the given circumstances we're living in. I feel like, you know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
makes sense.
It would have
in that
been
world.
weird if we'd all shown up
Exactly.
at Sinus's doorstep and
Yeah.
knocked on the door. Like us moving as a clump. Just when I picture it
look
in
really
the
out of
movie that
place.
I've made in
Totally.
my
You
look
mind.
great.
Yeah, it seemed like, whereas, you know, you going here and us going here and like that, it feels like we can affect the most.
Yeah.
But maybe
Yeah.
we'll all just end up dead.
The decision
It'd be
point.
interesting if we come back together at one point.
The decision point today is Riga's the reason why you suck speech.
I feel really icky clapping for that.
Yeah.
I have a question for the four of you before we start our standard sign-off. And what I would like you to do is put your hands over your ears until I point to you.
Should you ask us? No, okay.
If there's one character aside from your own that you would like to see survive next session, who would it be?
Just one?
Just one.
I think Nyx, because I feel like she could find a way to survive and go and inspire elsewhere.
If there's one character aside from yourself who you would like to see survive the next session, who would it be? Why?
Because her heart is so big that she's going to bring everyone around to the Solar's cause.
I would also ask, why would you point when everyone's supposed to be covering their ears? So now the person knows that you pointed at them, but the audience doesn't know who
They
you're
know I
talking
pointed
about.
at them. They would have known even with their eyes closed.
If there's one character who you could choose to survive this aside from yourself, who would it be? Why? And you can say it out loud. The audience can't tell who you're nodding at.
The character is River Jade.
Why?
Because she's adorable.
Good enough for me.
Yes?
No, Amir can...
Sure, sorry. I'll be quick.
If one character could survive this aside from yourself, who would it be? Or who would you want to survive, shall I say?
One character?
One character.
It's got to be River Jade, man. I think, like, she's got the best ability to do good. Although I don't doubt the other people at this table, and I don't doubt the NPCs. That's my vote.
We all should have gone into the sound booth. God damn it,
Next
it's literally right here.
Ow, my ears.
You all right, bud?
Yeah.
I was pushing a little too hard on them.
Oh, boy.
Just
Yeah, I was
blood
trying
starts
so
to
hard not
drip.
to hear.
I'm certain that there's going to be a lot of discussion because there's one session left. 2 episodes, 2 streams of Full Party, but 1 session left. That'll be next week. Same time, Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern. But if you wanted to discuss this, I recommend that you go on to Beanduck's Discord server. You'll find the link, and there are different rooms, both for discussing Full Party in general, a spoiler-filled discussion, table chatter, and all the other shows that Beanduck has available, which, in fact, we have some information about that right now.
We certainly do. So tomorrow evening there is no friend request because our host with the most is busy. Hello. However, there is a depth of field at 9 p.m. Eric Cohen, our fabulous host, will be interviewing actor Erica Deutschmann. And she's really great, so you should tune in. Watch this. And then on Wednesday, we have Cosplay Cave at 6:30.
Don't forget that in 2 weeks' time, we're going to get a chance to sit down and talk with all of these players about the chronicle that they've just gone through. You'll get a chance to see their character sheets, including their hidden intimacies. And we'll be able to discuss what just happened. But I hope that you'll be there next week. Thanks to the crew. Thanks to you. Most of all, thanks to you.
And to you, sir.
We'll see you next time. Tried to punk out on your
Sure did.
your combat. It didn't work.
I did. But you know what? I don't have anything on that, sorry.